Coach Bemidji, what are your thoughts of your first meet of the year?
It was good. It was a good start. Had a lot of good results from the freshmen, new people. Some of the older people, their times may not have been quite there like last year, but we saw a lot of other things. Some people did a couple or more events than they did last year, so their endurance and that type of thing is up a little better. But overall, I was real happy with it. I thought it was one of our better first meets of the season in the last 5, 6, 7 years or so. So I was real happy with overall with how we did and what we did.
You're both men and women?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So how does that meet? You said it was a smaller competition in Bemidji. How does that compare to one coming up here? This one's a little bit bigger, isn't it?
Yeah, this one's supposed to be opened up to about 8 to 10 teams, Division II and NAI. The level of competition will be higher, and just the number of people there will be a lot more in all the events. Last week was a good opener for us, get the feet wet, get going. I think pretty much everybody will see this week in Brookings. They've already had at least 2 meets, so it was nice getting at least 1 meet, even if it was a small meet in, just to get our feet wet with the competitive mode again.
Did the expectations change on your part with this being a bigger meet?
I mean, yes and no. Hopefully, expectation is that just everybody prepares and rises up to that occasion with the higher competition, more people in events to provide better competition, and that everybody just prepares really well and doesn't take it as a light situation, but really works on it and prepares hard for it and mentally and physically, and do all the things that they need to do to be prepared to go when the gun goes off.
At this stage of the season, and I guess you can use what you saw Bemidji as an example, but what are maybe some things that still need improvement? It's still so early, but from what you saw at Bemidji, what maybe needs to improve not only at this meet but maybe in the next 2 or 3 as the season progresses?
Sharpness, I guess you could call it. Just people getting out there and tuning out all the extraneous things and focusing on their job, their position in the race or in the lanes, and making sure that they're executing their skills properly and not getting distracted by the people around them.
You said some of the younger runners had a good meet in Bemidji. Who were some of those young runners that did really well specifically?
Erin Winterton did really well, opening up for us in the 60-meter dash and the 60 hurdles. She actually ran 5 60s for the day. She ran the prelims of the 60 hurdles and turned right around, ran the prelims of the 60 dash. Came back a little while later. They ran the fast heat of the finals of the 60 hurdles, but there was a little screw up. So they had the first 3 rows of hurdles proper. The last 2 rows of hurdles were all set at 36 inches versus 33. So all the women kind of got over that third one, and all of a sudden they could tell it was a lot different. Times were significantly slower. So what they did was they just ran the second heat of the finals, ran the guys, then she turned around and ran the 60 open, won that, and then they inserted that fast heat of the women's 60 hurdles later on in the meet so they could do it over the proper height. So she got quite a workout and quite an experience as a freshman, but she did really well. Daniel Daffenrud on the guys' side, I think, did really well. Amber Hunsecker in the throws did well. Pretty much all of them. I was happy with everybody, how they got up and competed, or what they did, and how they worked.